The story kicks off with a massive storm brewing over the ocean. But today it wasn't raining water. It was actually raining plastic and other trash. Right then, we see Barbara and her daughter in a car passing through. Seeing this weird sight, Barbara calls up her ex-husband. Buckley picks up and tells them to get back home as fast as possible, but halfway there, they get totally stuck in traffic. Barbara tells her daughter to just run inside a building that was right nearby. Standing outside, Burke sees an anchor about to fall right on his daughter. He immediately rushes over and saves her. A little later, Barbara shows up and the whole family's back together. The authorities had no clue how to stop this crazy situation. Everyone was just staring at the sky filled with plastic. Among the trash washing up from the sea was the Titanic, which finally made it to New York after 114 years. All these weird events started when some fishermen went out to catch fish. But as soon as they threw their net, a strange sea creature got caught along with the fish. After this, we see Buckley, who gets news about an oil leak in the ocean. He had to work with the British Army on the cleanup. While heading to the mission, he passes through London to drop his daughter Kirby safely with her mom. After saying goodbye to his daughter and ex-wife, he goes to the airport with Sergeant Hannah and hops on a military plane. Soon he reaches a secret spot where the sea creature's dead body was being kept. It turns out the creature was found about 3 miles from the shore. When the fishermen saw the monster coming out of the net, they shot it and tried to sell its body online. But the colonel stepped in at the right time. He covered up the case and bought the body so the army could research it. Pierce mentioned that these kinds of sea creatures are talked about in ancient stories. Their species was called Homo Aqua. When scientists checked the body, they found a pearl under the creature's neck. It was exactly like the one found in a previous specimen. To talk to these creatures living underwater, the army set up camps in the mountains and sent a signal from a machine. After it got dark and everyone was sleeping, Morgan and Sarah were tasked with guarding the Homo Aqua's body. Around 2:30 a.m., both felt something was definitely off. Suddenly, the ground started filling with water, and Sarah began to sink as she moved forward. Morgan tried to save her and reached out his hand, but something pulled Sarah down really hard. A few seconds later, Morgan went down the exact same way. Before disappearing, he called for help, but the other soldiers didn't make it in time. Also, that body was stolen. Just then, the alarm went off, and all the soldiers woke up to check. When the general reached the tent, he couldn't find Morgan and Sarah anywhere. When he tried to reach them on the radio, he found out the radio was actually underground. After those monsters left, the ground became solid again. While Pierce was leaning down to check, he found Morgan's hand. At that moment, Barclay realized he had been sent on a super dangerous mission. He asked what kind of creature this is. Hannah said this is exactly what their team does. They try to communicate with unknown creatures. But this Homo Aqua isn't an alien. They lived on Earth even before humans and were under the sea for thousands of years. But now they have woken up again and want to take the planet back. That night, the army saw a Homo Aqua coming toward the beach. The general told his soldiers to lower their guns because he wanted to talk. With the help of a translation device, Pierce talked to the creature and invited it to a meeting. That creature was furious because one of his men was killed by fishermen. To this, Pierce said that I have also lost 2 of my soldiers. After this, both sides made a peace agreement so they would stop killing each other. Even after the deal, that fishman said that our people are tired of living in hiding. At that moment, people in every country started seeing Homo Aqua appearing for the first time. They said they lived here before humans. This is their world too. The first official meeting between the 2 species happened in London. For this meeting, a bridge named Waterway was built, which connects land and water. When everyone reached their spots, Kate ordered the engineers to start the waterway. Along with the Homo Aqua, 3 other very strange creatures showed up: a big fish, a mermaid, and a woman who looked like a human. In a short time, Salt learned the human language and began to understand the ambassador. At the start of the meeting, Salt explained why she came herself. Some time ago, her babies were about to be born, but oil spilled from human ships made that place poisonous. To keep the meeting calm, Jonathan said, "We want to fix our mistake." But Salt totally ignored him. She said she would only talk to Burke, because he was the only human who showed respect for the dead Homo Aqua. To find out why the Homo Aqua wanted Buckley as their ambassador, Kate questioned him and dug through his whole life story. The attempt to make Jonathan the ambassador between the 2 species failed because Salt only wanted to talk to Burke. That's why their unit's president told Burke that I will prepare you for this opportunity. After reaching the hotel where Burke was going to stay for a bit, he saw very tight security. His daughter and ex-wife were already in his room. When Barbara found out Burke was chosen for negotiations with the Homo Aqua, she was shocked. On the other side, Kate was thinking about what they would do if a war broke out. Then at the set time, Burke went to the meeting with the Homo Aqua. After some initial talk, Salt asked the committee for a glass of water from the Thames River. Agents immediately got up to get the water. As soon as that glass of water came into the room, Burke tried to give it to Salt, but Salt said this water is actually for you. Hearing this, Burke was totally shaken. He didn't know what to do. Instead of drinking the water, he started giving a speech written on the screen. But when Salt said, "I don't want this memorized speech," the ambassador dropped the script and said that the pollution of water and soil is the result of human stupidity. Admitting his people's mistake, Burke said humans have ruined the earth, but now they want to fix the damage. Hearing this, Salt said, "I like you." That night in the hotel room, Burke saw his daughter coming and realized she couldn't sleep. The truth was she was worried about her father. When Buckley saw his daughter didn't look too well, he said, "I'll send you back home tomorrow so you're not stuck in a hotel like this." Hearing this, Kirby said, "I want to stay with my dad." The next morning during their third meeting, Burke said that leaders of all countries have talked to scientists in private companies, and we are trying to make a plan to fix the ocean's condition. According to the data, the result is that by the year 2065, we can reduce pollution by 50%. But when Salt found out it would take 40 years to reduce only 50% of the pollution, she completely rejected the proposal. She said, "Our people are dying every day because of your laziness." Salt said, "Our people can't even see or hear properly now. They are having trouble because you guys are causing so much pollution." At this point, Burke felt she was absolutely right. He had no option but to apologize. Then he said if both species work together on this mission, it might happen faster. To this, Salt said if we start helping, it will happen very quickly. Suddenly, a storm started, and at the same time, many countries saw changes in the sea. That day, all the trash humans had thrown into the sea came back on land. Plastic and lots of dirty stuff started falling from the sky, and now the story reached the point where it started. Even after so much loss for countries worldwide, Buckley continued talking to the sea people because humans knew they couldn't win such a war. The good thing was, Salt was still ready to talk, but she said, "I will only find peace if humans accept 3 conditions. The first condition, no pollution of any kind should enter the sea and stop running your ships. The second condition was that direct borders should be made between land and sea so humans don't go inside the water. Because humans are made to live on land, they should go neither into the sea nor the sky near it." Hearing this, the committee members got angry because this would cut off people living on different continents from each other. When Salt saw that the humans in the room were getting angrier, she changed her voice and took the form of a man to control them. As soon as people calmed down and went back to their seats, Salt returned to her real form. Then she started telling the third condition, which is necessary for peace. For this, she gave some sea coordinates and said the next meeting will be there. In this, it's not just about going far into the sea. Burke would have to dive 5 miles down so he could meet the Homo Aqua in their home. Now, the next challenge was that going to such depth is very difficult because water pressure is insane 5 miles down. Until today, no submarine has been built that can dive 5 miles deep. Anyway, Burke boarded the vessel with General Pierce and his team. Their hatch was completely bolted shut. After launch, it took the submarine about 2.5 hours to reach the meeting point. During the journey, the 6 passengers started talking about what they would do if they survived and went home. When Burke saw a man named Tad was very scared, he tried to calm him down. Giving courage to his companions, Burke somehow convinced himself too. A few minutes later, their submarine stopped. Pierce tried to talk to his team to say we reached the bottom, but no response came. After a while, the team felt the submarine was moving very fast, but no one understood what was happening because their contact with the surface was completely broken. While checking the outside pressure, they realized the pressure here is exactly like land, which is completely impossible since they are 5 miles down. Suddenly, the submarine shook and all the lights went off. After that, everyone put on oxygen masks. When the hatch opened, everyone was shocked because water didn't enter the submarine at all, so they decided to step out. Outside, they saw they were inside a cave, where the temperature is also 21 degrees Celsius, and there is plenty of oxygen in the air. When the team was shocked seeing this place, Salt appeared. She said, "You are the first humans to reach this depth. This environment was prepared specifically for them. That's why they can remove their masks." Salt took them to a meeting room where people of their species had gathered to decide the future. That night, Kate got a call from a member of her team. She found out there had been coded talks between diplomats of many countries. While talking on the phone, a sniper attacked Kate, but her boyfriend gave his life while saving her. At the same time, Tad, who is the only diplomat who didn't take off his oxygen mask, gave Salt a gift. When Burke realized that globe was actually just a cover and something else was inside, he immediately lunged to take it away. But the bomb exploded, and many fishermen were killed in this blast along with all the members of Burke's team. Only Burke survived because Salt saved him. While sending a squad on Kate's mission, Shirley got news of the deaths of the diplomats and immediately told the media. After the news, the world was shown a video where it looked like Salt intentionally killed Burke and his team, and this would be the fate of any human who goes into the sea. But the truth was, this video is fake. The government did this to increase hatred between the two species. Swimming at high speed toward the surface, Salt saw that a helicopter was sent to save Burke. As soon as Burke reached land, he said the reason for the blast was Tad. Kate believed Burke but said she would have to question Salt. For now, Salt was taken into custody. Now Kate quickly started trying to find out who gave money to that man. That man had stage 4 cancer and could do anything to complete this mission. Because of Salt's quick thinking, her species wasn't blamed. But now she was locked in a steel box. Knowing that his friend would be locked in a lab and experimented on, Burke took action. Taking the truck keys, he reversed the vehicle and dropped the box into the river. As soon as Salt was free, Burke himself jumped into the water and Salt saved him. That night, the Homo Aqua called a new meeting at the Imperial House. This time, instead of Salt, a seaman named Tide came. He started saying how did humans become so crazy that they got their own people killed. When Kate apologized to him, Tide asked, "Where is Salt?" He said she is a traitor to us. Instead of her own people, she saved a human. When he found out Salt had escaped with Burke's help, Tide ordered to find her and bring her back. If this doesn't happen, the real war will start now. While the whole city was looking for them, Salt and Burke were hiding in an anonymous warehouse. Salt was celebrating her freedom. While talking to Burke, she asked, "Why did you put your life at risk?" Then suddenly they kissed. The truth was they had fallen in love, but Buckley was still worried about Salt. He said you should go back to the sea, but Salt knew if she went, people of her own species would kill her. After hearing all this, Burke decided they would have to leave the city. He took his partner's help and stole a phone so he could talk to Barbara, his ex-wife, because now maybe only she could help. But instead of helping, Barbara shared the call with government agents and set a trap to catch Burke. When Burke saw Barbara was packing the car, he ran toward the bridge with Salt, and they were surrounded. At that same time, a man from Kate's team said that video is fake. Hearing this, Kate ordered her soldiers to back off, but General Gunsberg insisted on stopping that woman. As soon as Kate realized the general could kill Salt, she ordered her team to quickly change their target and point guns at the British soldiers. When both armies were about to clash, Salt gave a very loud scream and jumped into the river. That night, the Homo Aqua made a sound that brought all the dogs from nearby cities to the beach, and they caught them using nets. The next day, Tide said they ate them, just like humans eat fish. After seeing satellite images, scientists found out that the Homo Aqua are actually melting the glaciers. If nothing changes, Antarctica will lose 300 billion tons of ice every year. If this happens, the sea level will rise by 1,600 feet and everyone will drown. Now Jonathan started talking to Tide about a way to save humanity. To this, the fisherman said, humans have only 5 years to fix the planet. If the damage isn't fixed, the entire human species will be finished. You guys are basically not fit to live on this planet. On the other side, authorities were deciding what to do with Burke, and he was kept under watch. One day after eating, Buckley fainted and scientists entered his room. They gave him an injection and took his fingerprints to frame him later. As soon as they left, Burke woke up and secretly went to the beach, hoping to find Salt. After the sun rose, the fishwoman appeared and Burke ran to her. He was happy she was alive. Instead of running away with him, Salt told him to ask for a new agreement with Tide. Otherwise, his people will ruin the human species. Saying this, Salt prepared to leave. She kissed Burke and went back into the sea. Buckley immediately went to Kate to send a message to Tide, but sadly no answer came. A few days later, the bodies of millions of Homo Aqua were found on coasts worldwide. On testing, it was found they were infected with a disease that closed their gills, causing them to drown. The surprising thing was only the Homo Aqua were affected. Other sea creatures were fine. Kate concluded that this is a human-made virus, and she regretted not realizing it sooner. That day, Kate's team got a help signal from the depths, and Burke was called for a meeting again. When he found out Salt was coming, he cried with joy. The announcement of the end of the war was made. Salt said only 10% of their population is left. She said whoever launched this cowardly attack, the water itself will punish them. To rebuild relations, Kate chose a special place for them to live in the deepest sea. Before leaving, Salt showed the sad end of her friend. She said, "Our people are ending the war because they are scared of human evil. We can't compete with humans because being tricky is not in our nature. Then they leave. Then cracks started appearing in the glass panels. Everyone panicked, but Burke stayed calm. Hannah saved him. That day, Kate saw Burke's test results. His DNA has changed. He's becoming like the Homo Aqua. Kate decided he should go to the sea to be with Salt. After kissing Salt, gills came out of Buckley, allowing him to breathe underwater. He decided to stay in the sea with Salt. If you liked the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel.